I don't know if you're feeling this, but your reality, your life is about to change forever. You have already made it, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. But all that's missing, the only thing you need to do, is to give it a reason to manifest, to materialize in your reality. Or even better, is that you have to be the reason it happens. And that's because reality is a mirror. So you don't have to figure out new ways to do things, to go about with things. You don't have to question or doubt the ways you've been led to do things, because it's already been established that reality is a mirror. Whether in modern times through quantum physics or in ancient times through energetic or spiritual laws and concepts. As within, so without. As above, so below. And your subconscious is the gateway to this mirror. Your subconscious is the gateway between this reality and higher realities. Whatever you imprint onto your subconscious shines through your higher self and is reflected onto this reality through your external experiences. And if you have mirrored this video, then you have mirrored everything that I'm about to say in it. And that means if you understand how to use this mirror principle the right way, then you will be choosing from the infinite quantum field of possibilities. Because we all have equal opportunities. That's the thing what we miss. That's the thing we don't understand. Just because there are things you don't know, just because you have been raised in a specific way, in a specific place, in a specific location, doesn't mean that you don't have an equal opportunity to lead the life you desire, to have the things you want materialize in your external reality. I have the same possibilities that you have, that everyone has. Because we are tuned into a quantum field, the quantum realm of infinite possibilities, and you choose what possibility, what experience is reflected back onto this reality for you. Have you ever wondered why is it that there are some things, although luxurious, although privileged, that are easier on you to create in your reality? You are constantly creating things that are out of reach for many others. But at the same time, there are things which you don't seem to find a way to manifest, to create in your reality. Like you could have a stable, loving relationship with someone, yet you're unable to manifest financial abundance or more money, while someone else might be extremely wealthy in terms of finance, in terms of money, yet they cannot find that loving partner, that loving relationship or friendships. That's because the only reason those things are easier on you to manifest, are easier on you to create, although privileged, is because you have been programmed, they have been programmed into your subconscious since a younger age, since younger times, since earlier times. They have been a part of your given reality. Maybe you were loved when you were young. Maybe you were always loved wherever you went, in your social experiences, in your familial experiences, in your day-to-day experiences, you always felt loved, and that's why it was easier for you, because it's a given, it's a known, it's already been programmed and established in your subconscious, and as such it keeps shining through your higher self and reflecting back at you through your external experiences. Yet you might have been told that money doesn't grow on trees, or that you're only bound by a certain amount of money, that you won't be able to make more. You know, the rich stay rich, the poor stay poor. Although it has some truth to it, it's not an absolute though. It's not an absolute concept, it's not absolute truth by any means, but it has some truth, because whatever gets programmed into your subconscious since a younger age keeps getting reflected back at you as you grow older, as long as you don't change whatever is in your subconscious. Now, if you keep reacting to your environment, reacting to your current reality, never better than what is being presented to you, you will always get the same experiences. The only reason you're stuck, the only gap between you and your external reality and your dream reality, is whatever environment you might be in, or whatever might be going on with your body, or that time concept that might be scaring you off. And those are what Joe Dispenza called the big three. That's something I learned from Joe Dispenza's work. As long as you continue reacting to your external environment as it is, if it's bad, if you're in a bad location, if you don't like where you are, if you don't like the things happening to you, and you react to your body, if it's unhealthy, if you have some sort of a disease and it's unhealthy, or if it's out of shape and you don't like it, and you keep reacting to that as if it's the truth, you keep hating it, you keep despising it, you remain resentful to your external environment, and you keep fearing not making it, missing out on some things because time is passing you by, then you are reacting exactly to your external reality, to your program. Because your program, the thing that's been programmed, the things, the software, the hardware, all of it that's been programmed into your subconscious is what has previously given you that reality, this whole reality, your body, environment, and time. Concepts, perspectives, reality, facts about all those three. It's already been mirrored through what's in your previously in your has been in your subconscious. And if you continue to feed those by feeling bad about this environment, by feeling bad, by reacting to your past, maybe you've been through so many dreadful experiences in your past, and every time you're about to face a similar situation, you're reminded by that dreadful encounter or by that dreadful experience, and you are assuming the same would happen. And if that's what you've been doing, if you're always reacting to your future, expecting the future to recreate your past, then that's exactly what it's going to be. Because that's bound by the mirror principle. As within, so without. Always keep reminding yourself of this. But once you take all of that out of the equation and you start obsessing over a new reality, you might have already aligned, you might have already done the things required from you externally. You've been led because you've aligned internally, and you've been led to do those things. You've taken the steps, yet you remain fearful, you remain anxious, you remain thinking that my external reality is going to give me that similar dreadful experience. Every time you're about to meet someone new, every time you're going into someone new, you're expecting the worst case scenario. Well, because maybe you've encountered it in some previous experience, but even more is that it's a coping mechanism. Because if you expect the worst case scenario, nothing else that could happen would hurt you as much. You've already lived through your worst case scenario. But as you live through it and you maintain that living and you maintain those emotions, you maintain those thoughts attributed to those feelings, you keep imprinting them onto your subconscious, and your subconscious has no new reality to reflect back at you. But once you get, this is all survival living, once you get out of survival living and you go into creative living, intentional creative living, simply trust in the intentions behind your behaviors to give it a reason to manifest. When you get into creative mode and now you're obsessing over something new, you're obsessing over a new reality, you're living through that reality, you're focusing, you're giving your attention to the things you actually want to happen. You're only focusing on that, and you are believing in it. You are becoming it. If what's been programmed into your subconscious is that money don't grow on trees, make it be that yes, money will grow on trees for me if I need it be, if I want it be. So don't be afraid to react to that externally, to give it that final reason to materialize. What I mean is that don't be afraid to spend. Not aimlessly, not mindlessly spending, because that would be misalignment. But what I mean is that if you need to spend to improve yourself, to learn a new skill, to learn something new, to improve your diet, to improve yourself in whatever way, to travel to a new place, to change environments, because you feel that's resonant, you are trusting. As long as you trust in the intention behind your behavior, don't be afraid to take that action. Whatever it is, nothing wrong can come out of it, as long as you believe in your intention behind that behavior. So I don't mean just aimless or mindless spending, or aimless and mindless, socializing. But do all of those things, do any of those things with intention. Do everything with intention. To give life, to give the universe a reason to give more of those things to you. Because as long as you are doing with intention, spending with intention, socializing with intention, you're going to be given more money, because you have created a reason for it to happen, to be manifested. And as such, you're also going to be imprinting onto your subconscious that I'm not afraid of losing money, that money will grow on trees for me if I wanted to. Although I have this certain amount of money, I'm not afraid to spend it with intention on things that feel resonant with my dream reality, with my future version. And that means that you get that mirror reflecting back at you more and more financial abundance. But you have to maintain that over a period of time, until it really imprints onto your subconscious, until it becomes a habit, until it becomes you, the new you. Every time I've adapted, I have changed concepts and parts of my programming for a period of time that it imprints onto my subconscious. I find that my reality quickly adapts to a reality that suits that newer version, that suits that upgrade, because I've upgraded the programming. I'm constantly upgrading that programming, and life will constantly upgrade your external reality to suit that programming, whatever it is, whatever image it might take. But as long as you're telling yourself, you're telling your mind, well, I'm afraid of this happening, I'm afraid of that happening, I'm afraid of going to that place because it might give me a dreadful experience, I'm afraid of meeting that person, I'm afraid of losing my money, then that's all you're only gonna be feeding onto old programs, and they will keep recreating in your reality. They will keep reflecting back at you what you are. So you have to be the reason it happens. You might have already been led, you have already made it, and you already feel it. Or you might not even feel it, but you're already there. Because if you have mirrored this video, then you have mirrored everything I'm saying here. And that's the sign. If you're asking for, that's a sign. If you've been asking for a sign, that's one of many signs that you might have gotten in your reality, to just be the reason it happens. Tune into your subconscious. Understand what you are doing unintentionally. What's your habits? Where are your habits coming from? What program is driving your habits, is driving the things you do effortlessly? And understand how to change it. Understand what leads to this change in your external reality. What needs to be changed? What's holding you back from those programs? Because it keeps, whatever is in your subconscious will keep getting reflected back at you through your higher self. So what's holding you back is not the environment or the body you're dealing with or the time you have or don't have. It's all in your mind, because you can still have you could still feel the same fear and anxiety, dread, despite, resentment, hatred, envy, jealousy that you feel when you are faced with your worst nightmare in your bed. You can still experience all of that internally while you are in your bed, just by a thought, just by an image that comes to your mind, just by living in your past, just by expecting the worst case scenarios. You could awaken all of those emotions, low frequency emotions, just as if you are actually faced by your worst nightmares externally. And if you're doing that constantly, if you're maintaining such experiences in your reality, you're always overexerting your mental systems, your neurological systems. You're awakening, you're signaling, you're triggering your fight and flight system. You're constantly telling your mind, I am, your subconscious, I am in a hostile environment and I'm about to face my worst case scenarios, I'm about to face my worst nightmare. Then it will keep being your reality, because the subconscious doesn't know the difference between the present, the future, or the past. It's only the present. Whatever you're making it, whatever you're imprinting on there is always the present in your subconscious. And as such, it has to prepare. It prepares by that through an internal mechanism, shining that energy through your higher self and getting reflected back at you externally. To adapt to whatever you're feeling internally. To be in alignment. Because there you cannot live in misalignment. You cannot have the worst mentality yet the best external experience. That's what I mean by give it a reason. Be the reason it happens. And apply the mirror principle in your favor. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video by AfsConsciousFrequency. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, because it helps me so much and it helps this video find its way to many more others who might actually need it.